Hi, my name is Yolandi, and All Pro Health Staffing has some great opportunities. At All Pro, we know what's important to you, and that is safe assignments and great pay. We get it because we're nurses too. We have an amazing opportunity right now for you if you're an LPN. This is based in Vermont, and we are seeking to get somebody on board as soon as possible. We also have really great local opportunities. Right now, we are hiring immediately 4 LPNs. We're looking for them to work in assisted living and memory care facilities based out in New Rochelle, New York. For more information about these great opportunities, call 516-387-4246. Click the link below or share this with a family or a friend.
Yeah, welcome to the ride. Welcome to Ride Along Live. It's Monday. Yeah, Monday, guys. Monday. Most beautiful, best day of the week. Kibbs, how you doing? Welcome to the ride. Lacey J, welcome to the ride, guys. Listen, we have some breaking news. This camera here. Guys, we have some breaking news for you on this topic that we're going to be speaking on today. There is so much moving parts, so much stuff happening, guys. It's just too much. So we just, right before we came on air, we just got some updates on this case involving the robbery suspect in MoneyGram. Yeah, that happened today. Broad daylight, guys. Broad daylight. Let me tell you something. You see some of these so-called criminals. Some of these so-called criminals, guys, one thing I could admit, I'll give it to them. They're not that smart. Nah. One thing I could tell you about some of these criminals, guys, they are not smart. They are not. So we got some breaking news. Police right now is possibly in hot pursuit because of some of the development we'll share with you. And some of you guys are clueless as to what I'm talking about. Don't worry, I'll bring it up to speed. But remember, I tell you guys this. Criminals, especially them little low profile, little petty thief, them little guys and them, all they know is to thief 1 or 2 coconut. And they want to upgrade themselves and go and thief in bank, and they want to go in, places where there are cameras and all kind of thing. And them little petty thief and them, all you must study all your thing first. Because right now, guys, and I'm appealing to the young man who is possibly even watching the show right now. Just stay where he is right now and head down to Grenville Police Station and give up yourself. Because if they ain't catch you yet, in the next 10 minutes, they'll find you. Because they know exactly where you are. Yes. A lot to discuss, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Who is training these little petty thieves on them, guys? Who is doing that to them? Who is giving people that reassurance that they could walk into a credit union? By the way, guys, people said that he doesn't even look like a robbery. He looked like a guy went to pick up a Susuhan or something like that, because they just gave it to him. Nevertheless, it's a crime. Shouldn't do it. If you only know how to thief nutmeg under the cocoa tree, under the nutmeg tree, and cocoa and thing, up in the country, it's all that you need to, you know how to do. You want to upgrade. Upgrade now. Anyway, enough rambling for me, guys. Today we're going to be looking at what is really happening in this place, Dread. What is really happening in this place? In the space of 48 hours or so, guys, a little over 48 hours, we had 2 robberies, one of which happened today. The other one happened Friday, where 2 men walked into a store in Kelly's, and stole up to $30,000 early Christmas. I mean, the guy could have played a bingo or something. He could have do it the legal way, but no, decided to do it the wrong way. We got some footage from that as well. It's just crazy what's happening. And over this weekend again, guys, more crime, more horrible news to bring. There was a stabbing, a fatal stabbing in Boca. A young man, life cut short. over, well, they say it's an altercation. They say it's a problem. A guy in the community that is problematic. There are a lot of news on that right now. We're going to look at that as well and ask the question: what is really going on? And we have two of our panelists. They're on the ground in Grenada right now. Gary, Mr. Smooth, and of course, Mr. Joel Greenidge. Welcome to the program, guys. How you guys doing?
Yeah, man, everything's Irie. What's up,
Nice.
Junior?
Nice. Absolutely great. Joel, how you doing, my friend?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. Excited to be on yet another ride. I just want to take this time to big up all the viewing audience and persons on Facebook. Those in the diaspora, those at home who are viewing. Have a pleasant evening.
Absolutely. All right, Joel, your audio kind of shaking a bit, but hopefully we get it sorted out. So, Gary, let's start with you, Gary. Gary, as I said earlier, in the space of a little bit over 48 hours, we have a robbery in Calais and another robbery today and a murder in Boca. What the hell is going on? You're on the ground. You have got a chance to analyze and assess this. What's happening down there, Gary?
Well, I don't know. It's just there's probably some kind of vibe flowing through the air right about now that we can only hope would disappear sooner than later. But as you know, Boca is my neighbor, right?
Yeah.
So when I heard the news yesterday, I was like, oh no, not again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is I think this is our 9th homicide for the year. All right. So we are climbing up there. But let's not pretend that Grenada is still not one of the safest place on the earth, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not to minimize what's happening, but I think we're gonna be okay. I'm gonna put a positive spin on that.
Yeah. And it's good that we have to look at the fact that we're looking at 9 homicides and we're like down in November already. Other countries have hundreds, but even one is still too much. One is still too much.
Other countries are looking at us and listening to us and asking themselves, what are we talking about?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like you guys on your 9th homicide for the year, and you guys are acting like if it's a pandemic of sorts. You know what I mean? And again, it's not to minimize. It is not to minimize what's happening. You know what I mean? One murder is one murder too many. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. The Christmas season is upon us, and we can only hope that security is going to step up, because we know there will be some desperate souls out there trying to enjoy Christmas as much as everyone else.
Yeah, with other people things, and
exactly.
Joel, let me see if they said that your audio was cracking up earlier. So if you continue, I'm going to ask you to plug that headphone out and speak into the air. That might be better. So Joel,
Okay.
from where you sit, from where you sit, you're on the ground in Grenada. What's really happening down there? What's in your assumption? What's causing all of this?
Well, Junior, I mean, what is happening now is no different to what has previously happened.
Pull the audio out. Pull the headphone out. The audio might be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any better, Junior?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what is basically happening now is something that has happened before. It's nothing new to us. As
All right, Joel, hold on a second, Joel. Stand by. The audio didn't get better. So what I'll do, let me call you on WhatsApp, and we'll do it on WhatsApp. All right, I'll bring in your video on WhatsApp because your audio sound kind of crackly. All right, okay. I'll call you on WhatsApp right now. Yeah, guys. So again, we have Joel Greenidge and Gary Mr. Smooth. We're going to be speaking about what's happening on the island. I'm going to get Joel on WhatsApp. Because the audio doesn't sound too good. And I want you guys to have the benefit of hearing the guests properly, all right? I have to make sure that everybody hear everybody properly. Let me pull up Joel on this one here so we can go forward. Stand by, guys. Don't move. Get it all sorted out. Joel, you can hang up from this.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. So while we connect on WhatsApp to Joel Greenwich, Gary, I mean, listen, I know you live in the area, that general area there by Boca and stuff like that. What did you hear? What information that came to your wires to what happened at that particular incident?
To be honest, I'm not sure if I'm at liberty to say what I've been hearing thus far until this whole incident is the case and the investigation is complete. You know what I mean? But what I've received so far is pretty sketchy. I understand the individual, someone who migrated from the United States, and came to Grenada. All right, that the one who committed the crime. All right, that's as much as I've heard. Okay, information as to the circumstances surrounding the stabbing is still a little bit sketchy, and I would not want to get into any sort of misguided information and say what is really not really the truth. So I'm going to leave that there. But from what I've understood so far, the individual is someone who was migrated, deported, whatever the case might be,
Mhm.
from the United States, and as a result of that, continued his life of crime here in Grenada, and we've witnessed the sad outcome and reality of that. So,
Right. Okay,
sad.
that's as far as I've been. Okay, we got Joel back on the WhatsApp. Joel, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Junior. Are you
Okay.
hearing me much better?
Yeah, I'm hearing you much better now. Joel, yes. So yeah, we the audio was kind of crackly on the other end. Right. So Joel, tell us what is going on from where you sit, from what you've been seeing, from what you've been hearing. What's happening?
Well, Junior, I mean, what is currently happening is no different to what has happened over the years, especially coming close to Christmas, right? There have always been situations where young people, misguided young people, desperate for cash, normally commits those sort of crime. There's also a situation where you find a lot of those persons are already modeling behaviors of other criminal elements. I mean, they may hear that one person might have put on a robbery, and they are trying to prove that they can even do it in a more fancier or more brazen way. So those situations has happened. What we need to really focus on is the root cause. And I think the root cause of this is a lot of young people not really receiving the sort of guidance and support from the communities, the homes. And the fact is, there are a lot of young people today who would rather sit on the block and not be involved in productive activities. And I think that is what we need to really focus on. These situations has happened before, as I will also echo the same sentiment that Grenada continue to be one of the most peaceful countries in the Caribbean. Just approximately 9 murders per year. I mean, while it may not be an alarming figure, it's still cause for concern as because one murder is basically too much. But I think we should not really blow it out of proportion. We just need to really, really focus on getting to the root causes. And if we look at most of these persons who commit those crimes and we look at their background and where they come from, most of them are coming from homes that is of poverty, no food to eat, no support, and they decide to commit those crimes. So we really need to focus on getting to the roots. And I do believe that we need to look. Most of the business places need to look at ways of beefing up their security, so that those sort of criminal elements will not even have any loopholes to commit any of those crimes that they are committing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as I was saying to Gary earlier, first we had on Friday we had reports that a Joel, you can put your headphone back on, eh? It'll work better with the headphone now. First on Friday
Okay.
we had this report of an individual getting stabbed to death. Then we had reports of the robbery of over $30,000 that was done on Friday, and then today now we had a young man, which I don't understand. I'm still kind of shocked by this development. This young man that you see in right here is alleged to have walked into a MoneyGram in the St. George area, right? We have the video of it, and allegedly pulled out a gun, right, and rob the tellers at the bank. Let's take a quick look at what transpired from surveillance cameras. Check this out, guys. It's kind of short, so take a quick look. Right. That again is very short video. So I'll play that back. Yeah, Joel, is this something that happens on a regular basis, especially during or around the Christmas season? Have you seen this in previous years?
I have not seen that level of bravery, especially, I mean, considering supermarket, I mean, it's right there. I mean, I just find that, I mean, those criminals are becoming even more braver because I've heard cases of robberies happening before coming close to Christmas, but it was never in that type of fashion. So to me, it's becoming really concerned at the fact that many of those criminals, they are not afraid. They're prepared to do whatever they deem necessary to survive, and that to me is a grave concern.
Yeah. Gary, jump in here. I mean, I don't know if that is something that is, that happens as within that specific time on an ongoing basis, because I haven't heard about it. Someone said to me, "Yo, this kind of happens when you have a situation where it's hard time in the country. People are coming around Christmas. So many people are looking for jobs. So many people are unemployed, and some people say, so what do you want the young people to do?"
Yeah, I think we've seen this over the years. I mean, it's no surprise that leading up to the season, Christmas season, if you look back through the years, there's always been a spate of robbery taking place. All right, so it's nothing new. It has happened years upon years upon years. What is different, like Joel pointed out with this incident, is the bravery that he displayed. In fact, I wouldn't even call it bravery. I would call it desperation, because it seems to me that if you would come through in an open area like that, I mean, you talking about where was that again?
No, go ahead.
Where was the location of that again? That was in Grand Anse, right?
Yeah, that was at the Foodlands.
Foodland.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Foodland.
Yeah.
Lagoon Road we're talking about here.
MoneyGram.
Yeah. All right. That is a very busy shopping area. All right. So to have done that in that particular area at that particular time shows some level of desperation, or probably some level of insanity, all at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. So one or two or both
bravery.
of them.
You said bravery, right? I don't know if it's bravery or stupidity.
I say insanity. You had a question his sanity.
Probably insanity, right? Because listen, we know who the individual is. At this point, we're here and we already know who the individual is. The police know who the individual is. The person is from St. Andrews, Grenville area, from that Mount Horn area. Went to SAS. The name starts with S. We know who the person is. I could post up his full picture right now. The police is on hot pursuit of that individual. Now, why would he even think that he wouldn't get caught within a matter of minutes? If he walked into a place like a mall or a MoneyGram, which obviously would have cameras,
But like I said, it's insanity, because from what I've heard is that to this day, up to hours ago, he was wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
So that wasn't very thought out.
Up to before we came on air, guys, we got reports from someone in the area, in the Maribor area, that they spotted the young man wearing the same exact clothes. The only difference, he have shades in his eye, roaming the area. And again, police is on hot pursuit for the individual. But this is where it is right now. The brazenness, I mean, probably it's insanity. Probably the person is ill. Here's the other thing about this particular story. Joel, you could chime in on it. People heard him say in the that in the part of the video where he says, "Don't do nothing within the next half an hour, otherwise I'm gonna shoot," or something like that. But we didn't see a gun. We didn't see a gun. All we saw was the teller just handing over the money and handing over the money. So were there a gun? Were there a gun?
You watching too much of movies. I could not have seen a gun though.
Joe,
I didn't see a gun.
Joe, what you heard, what you seen from your end?
Well. I mean, it seemed like you went to the shop and you purchased something, and the cashier gave you a change.
Yeah.
I mean, at no point did I see any weapons, but I don't know what the company policy is in terms of if situation like that was to happen, what the reactions of the cashier should be. Because I believe, I mean, once you handle in money, you have to, I mean, be prepared. I mean, even in banks, they normally go through all those different procedures in the event of a robbery. So I don't know if they were just doing what based on what the policy speaks to what they were supposed to do in circumstances like this. But I just wanna narrow in a point. I'm Junior, based on your information that you mentioned, that you know the background of the individual, and even from what was mentioned, is that what Gary mentioned, it's not normal, Junior. I don't think that person is seriously in a normal mind. I mean, I don't see him being a criminal. Yes, he might have committed a criminal offense, but I mean, when criminals committed those sort of events, it is really something that is well thought out. I just see maybe a young man who is very desperate for cash and maybe just decided to do something very stupid. And it's very unfortunate. It's very sad. But I do hope that whatever has to come out of it in terms of facing the consequences as a means of deterring other persons who may think they can pull off something similar like that. You know, because it seemed to happen. It was too easy, in my opinion, Junior. When these things happen quite easy like this, a more experienced, a more seasoned criminal may believe, okay, we can commit those sort of events because it's easy, but we can also plan the next step, which is to really get out of it. Guy did. It's clear that he is not really a seasoned criminal in that aspect of things, and may not have the intelligence to really pull off those sort of that type of crime.
Yeah, again, guys, we're watching a picture of the individual wearing this gray hat, this black shirt with prints on it, has yellow prints on it, black shoes, small feet, small feet, if I should say so myself. He can't run very far. Black trousers, blue bag. Right now, this same individual, guys, as I said earlier, was seen in the vicinity of Maribor. Right, he was spotted in the vicinity of Maribor just moments ago, just browsing around. Someone said, "I wonder if the guy even get a chance to buy a drink." So he's going to be picked up. He's probably even watching right along right now. So if he's watching, I would advise him to just walk down to Grenville or take a bus, jump on a bus, one of the buses that go in town. I mean, Grenville, just jump on the bus and go in Grenville and give yourself up. It'll be easier, and let it process you like that, because we know who you are. He's just out there right now, Gary.
But Junior, the question comes up: where was the security?
Yes,
I mean, this dude from the picture looks to be at least 98 pounds.
I give him 87. I came about 85 pounds. Come on, you give
90,
that's a
98
lot.
pounds. Where is the security? Because I'm sure the security is probably twice his size. Where is the security? I did not see a gun though, so I'm not too sure exactly what was so menacing about him to begin with. That he could walk up to the teller, to the cash register, and say, "Give me your money." You know what I mean? And the sad thing about it, I see you have a cap. I had that same cap and all. It's not me in it.
You better throw
I had
that
that
in.
same color hat, everything I have, you know. So
What?
no, I can't wait. No, I can't wear that hat again. Yeah, that's that. You
No,
know,
you brought up a very, very important point, Gary, about the security. But you see, I don't know if it's something that these so-called want to be nutmeg criminal bandit. I mean, all they know to do is that they're small time. They probably the most the guy probably do is thief a guava from somebody's yard or something. He don't look like a big time criminal. But look what happened in Carriacou last a few years ago, where these guys jump a boat from Tobago, went into Carriacou, robbed the whole bank, jump on a boat and run out again. I don't know if you're looking at things like that, and that is like hyping them up, and making them feel like, yeah, I could
Copycat.
copycat, petty copycat.
Yeah,
Like I could do that too. It's insane, it's crazy. But at the same time, they are looking at these soft targets because another thing that people are saying, that area there is so populated. People are always walking in and out, but that particular entrance to the MoneyGram is isolated. Where is the security? Yeah.
Yeah, Junior, one of the things I observed today more than ever is that a lot of those young people today are not really afraid of consequences.
Mm-hmm.
They are not really afraid of going to prison. And I think a lot of the reason being is that prison is seen as a vacation. You go, you do your time, you enjoy yourself, you come back out, And I don't think the consequences is very stringent in a way that it scares them from literally committing those sort of offenses. And I think that is something we also need to look at.
yeah, that is easy. Joel has made a salient point there because with the mother before on the unfortunate death of that lady, the mother victim or the accuser, all right, the assailant, he had spent a number of years in prison, and from what I've heard from people in the community, he's always uttered the words that he has no problem going back there. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so the prison is now for many people, unfortunately, seen and viewed as a place of luxury. Life is hard out here. It's easy in prison.
Yeah.
So we
Wow.
probably need to do something to change that.
And that is important. Let me keep a quick update, guys. We're following the story of the incident that happened just a few moments ago, a few hours ago in MoneyGram in Grenada, the Foodlands in St. George. This is alleged that this young man walked in there. It was reported that he had a gun. In the video that we watch and that is circulating on social media right now, we don't see a gun. However, in the video, after we were able to decode what he was saying in the video, he mentioned something like, and that's what I understood from what he said. He said, don't do nothing within the next 30 minutes or I'll shoot. I'll shoot up the place. that's what he sung like he said. That's what he sung like he said. It sounds like comedy, but that's what he sung like he said.
Yeah.
Somebody said the man have a voice like he could be reading news on one of the networks here. You know?
Eh?
Someone said that, commented that he has a voice that he could be reading news on one of the networks here. You know?
Yeah. So,
Julia,
yeah, go ahead, Joel.
I believe I'm gonna watch a movie and decided to practice what you saw about it.
Hey?
Yeah, that's a script writer of a movie. Man.
I said, I believe I'm gonna watch a movie and decide to play it out in real.
It's true. It's true. And
it's actually a movie,
You're looking at the guy, you're saying to yourself, he probably just need a hug. Like, he just probably need some love. I don't know if this guy woke up this morning in Mount Horn and say, you know what, let me go over, let me jump on a bus. He took the bus, Grenville, he went over the hills and end up in St. George's. And when he reached there, he just said, let me just do something. Just feeling that kind of way. Or if that was something that was planned out,
Yeah, Junior, you made a point that I really want to touch on. There are a lot of young people that sometimes commit those sort of criminal offenses, and when you really sit down and have a conversation with them, you made a valid point. All that guy wanted maybe was a hug, maybe some sort of love, maybe feeling of importance, maybe just just someone to listen to. I've had situations before where I have engaged young people who are about to commit crime.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment of just sitting and talking to them, not just meet and just having a conversation, and they tell you straight up what they were about to do. And just that little conversation, you were able to change their perspective. And so because sometimes the truth of the fact is, I remember one guy said to me, he said, Joel, when I wash my boxes tonight, I have to use the same boxes tomorrow. And
Mm-hmm.
after tomorrow, I have to wash it in the night to get it for the next day. I mean, the truth of the fact is, a lot of these young people are really going through a lot. And even in the communities, because they might be delinquent or, exemplified deviant behavior, they are literally ostracized in their own communities.
Right.
And what we do, we create a bigger problem. And I remember years ago as a little boy growing up, there were strong community groups, strong community organizations. There were heroes, there were mentors, there were role models in the communities that took you under their wings, right? And there was a level of mentorship and guidance and support. And I think we have really lost that footing. So what we are basically doing right now is really, basically not solving problem, but basically just patching it. If we really get to the foundation of where all these issues are coming from. Look at, for example, you look at playing fields today in junior, for example. Most of these playing fields are lit. But
Mm-hmm.
when you pass through many of those communities in the night, you're not seeing young people playing football, playing cricket, engaging in sports and activities. I remember as a little boy, we didn't have lights, but we were in the pasture first thing in the afternoon, and we have to leave there at a certain time. The governments are doing their best in terms of providing lighted fields and sporting facilities,
Mm-hmm.
but you'll find that those things are not really attracting young people.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to meet the youth at their level and really find out a way to really guide them and mentor them and nurture them and provide a strong support system. I think that is critically important,
Yeah. Yeah. Very,
especially
very.
especially our young men, because there are a lot of groups and organizations that are geared towards empowering women, providing opportunity for women, supporting women. What about our young men?
Very important point. And it kind of make it bring you to think, does government have to do more? Right? Are these young men being left behind and forgotten about and just, let it be? Is government does government need to actually put themselves in the position to seek out individuals like these? Try to get them attached to some kind of mentor. Then again, there's very few mentors, and that's again is another big problem. But does government have a part to play in assisting young people like this? What you think, Gary?
I mean, we can go on and on about what the government can and cannot do. The reality of society is that everything stems directly from the home, right? Everything stems directly from the home. Yes, the government can play its part, implement programs, and build communities, and equip them with sporting facilities and so forth and so on. And those things are important. I am not saying they are not, but at the end of the day, it starts at the home. It starts in your home. It starts with having the right parent in there, having mommy and daddy there. All right. Some folks like myself is fortunate to have grown up in a system, in a home where there was only I was brought up where there was no mommy, there was no daddy. And I came up from the bootstrap. All right. I was
Mhm.
fortunate to be where I am today because, you know, divine intervention, maybe.
Right.
Okay, attribute it to whatever you'd like. But there are many people out there who've been brought up in a similar situation that I've been brought up and never made it, never got out of it. All right. The bigger point I'm making here is incumbent on, of course, the household. We have to start holding parents responsible.
Mm.
We have to start holding parents because this is not something that just came out of nowhere. A misguided youth today didn't just come from nowhere.
Right.
All right, we have to check
Exactly.
back to the source. And as a father myself and a married man myself, you have to be aware of how your child is being influenced. Is your child being influenced by you? Are you providing the right influence? Or is your child being influenced by Netflix, the media, school, friends, whatever the case might be, movies, whatever the case might be. You need to provide that right support for your child. It starts at home, and we need to examine the home. It's time that we start holding parents responsible for their children. I know the old adage about, oh, you make the child, you don't make the mind. All
Right.
right. But you can form a child, you can shape a child from the beginning, from birth, from infancy, and shape that child into the individual that they ought to be when they've grown up and become adults.
And you made a very, very valid point. I think that need to be echoed, that the parents have a part to play. The parents have a part to play. But the problem that we have right now, Gary, one of the problems, I should say, one, we have children that's raising children. They can't teach their kids nothing because they themselves don't even know, right? Then we have the absence of fathers in the home, where fathers, a lot of fathers, they have those kids and they leave and they're gone. And then the mother have to work and try to fend and make for the kids. And then that leave the child with so much time, access, unlimited access to all the different things. And social media, again, is a big problem because now they're taking that time and putting it into the social media and watching all kind of movies and all kind of, not to say that the movies would influence them, but the absence of proper parenting and the presence of all this other distraction would lead to destruction. And that's what we see now, a destruction of the youth. It's a combination, I think, of all these things. Father's presence, parenting, and steadiness. Like how when we grew up, right? The community. I used to get licks by the neighbor. The neighbor used to beat me. Try to do that now. Cutlass and stone you're getting. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We definitely see that breakdown in the moral fabric.
Yeah, go ahead, Joel.
Junior, what tends to happen today, right? And I don't know if many people would agree, but in most cases, if one child in a community is misguided, I think it's the fault of the community in a big way. But what tends to happen is that once my child is okay, my child has a good foundation, my child is doing well in school, my child is well provided for, I don't really care much about the neighbor's child. I don't care whose child is delinquent, whose child is giving trouble, whose child needs support. I think we have become very selfish as a people. And if we because it was so different then that people needed their responsibility to look out for the young people in communities at that time. If a child cussing up, as you said, cussing obscene, and some senior person in the community was passing, they would take it, they would have a conversation with them. There was also that great level of respect also in the communities. Young people talk to people, so they could be doing something wrong, and they see certain person in the community passing that they respected, they will actually quickly acknowledge what they did, apologize, right? But no, they could see anybody in the community passing, and there's no respect. So we have to look at it from a point, even as adults. We have to also demonstrate a level of responsibility and respect in communities. So I think it also started with adults, because young people, you cannot be what you cannot see.
Right.
And young people basically learn from what they see. They model behaviors. So if you as an adult in the community is demonstrating certain behavior traits, that's what young people are going to model. They follow their mentors and who they look up to. So if you realize, based on the influence of music, as Gary mentioned, who your children heroes or role models are, they're going to model behavior patterns. So the dancehall artists, the R&B artists, the gangsters on the block, the drug dealer, that's who they look up to. That's who they glorify. I remember when I was in school, I had a friend of mine who glorified the drug dealer because of the big chains and the lifestyle and the ladies, flocking him and all of those things. And that is who he said he wanted to be very young. He was brilliant. He was good in math, good in science, but he decided at a very young age in school that he wanted to be a drug dealer. Eventually, that is what he did and ended up in prison. So the fact is, we have to find it. We have to be able to create some sort of opportunities in communities where young people know who their heroes are. So if you're a person who came from a community, a dysfunctional community, poverty-stricken community, and you left there and you made it, I think your story needs to be shared in that community.
Mm-hmm.
You need to eventually go back and say, listen, look, for example, in Trinidad, recently from Beaton, a young man just graduated as a lawyer, attorney at law, first young person to come from Beaton, crime infested area in Trinidad, and to graduate as a lawyer. He's like the whole community came out. It was outside of the court system to celebrate with him. That was a big achievement. These things now can inspire other young people that
Right.
if he came from the same community, faced with some of the same struggles that I am faced with, and he can do it, then I can also do it. And I think it's important that people who made it and did well and coming from these sort of circumstances, they should go back and reach out and extend a hand and help to lift these young people up also by sharing their stories.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Gary, what do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. Stories like these need to be told, need to be highlighted, and this story that Joel just mentioned of, it is not an isolated story. I mean, there are many different communities here in Grenada and throughout the Caribbean, for that matter, where someone have broken the mold and come out with top honors in academics and have definitely, you know, beat the odds. You know what I mean? Beat the odds. Notorious B.I.G. song comes to mind, from growing up in school, what your teacher told you that you would be, and you have to fight against that. All right. And you've defied the obstacles in your way, and you've come out of the ghetto, come out of the streets, and you've proven to the rest of the world that you are bigger than what they thought you were to begin with. So those stories need to be highlighted. We
Yeah.
need to create programs in communities where we highlight the young minds and the young folks who have defied and beat the odds. All right, and that story that Joel just mentioned is an amazing story, but it is not isolated.
Yeah.
Those stories just need to
Absolutely.
be highlighted.
Let me just bring it up to speed again, guys. We are following this story. Absurd. It's a crazy story that took place earlier today, where a young man, we already could confirm that he's from the St. Andrews area, right? Um, Seen on camera, candid camera. I don't know if I should say robbing, but receiving a sum of money. On the video that is circulating, we didn't see a gun, although there were allegations that the young man did in fact have a gun, right? Police are considering it a robbery, and the robbery took place at a MoneyGram at Foodlands in St. George. We have the video. The video is widely being circulated. As of the last half hour to an hour ago, guys, we got correspondence from someone in the St. Andrews, Maribor area, to be exact, that the young man was seen, he was spotted in that area, walking, wearing, get it, the same hat, the same shirt, the same pants, but he have a glasses in his eye. I guess if you can see his eye, you can make out his face. That is I guess that's how we figured it out. But anyway, police at this moment is on hot pursuit and quite possibly probably already apprehended the individual. So we're speaking about it. I want to get some of your voices on this, right? Because this is not an isolated situation. Within the past 3 days or so, guys, we've had a robbery where two individuals walked into a business place in Caliste and robbed at gunpoint. That video we have as well, at gunpoint, and took over $30,000. Everyone is shocked because what happened today happened in broad daylight. And we're following the story again, providing all the information to police, and whatever information we have here, whatever is the information that we share with police as well. So that's what we're talking about. If you guys want to call in and put your voice on record as to what's happening, what you've seen, what you're hearing, are you confused, are you frustrated with what's happening, of course, you could call us in 718-701-5720. I know, Joel, I know earlier we spoke about the government, right? And what government should do in this situation right here. Do you think that there should be more inclination to get these individuals assistance from a government perspective. Yes, the parents have a part to play, but does the government also should the government play more an active role to ensuring that this guys and them get mentors, get assistance, and so they wouldn't resort to crime? Because at the end of the day, it rings negative on the country. Should it be incumbent on the government to play a more active role?
Yeah, Junior, definitely. I mean, there are communities in Grenada where there are youth at risk based on the nature of those communities. And I think government has a responsibility to really provide more social programs in those communities. There are a lot of young people also who are dropped out from school. I think they also deserve a second shot at their dreams, and therefore more youth empowerment programs targeting young people who actually been on substance abuse, young people who have dropped out of school, young people who've been part of the gang culture, young persons who are finding it difficult to get a job based on their past history of being involved in criminal activities. You know, the issue is that as long as we continue to isolate those young people from the whole development agenda of our country, and they see themselves as not really part of the society, then they would actually become rebellious, and they will actually take certain actions that would be detrimental to society. So it's really important that we identify the youth at risk communities, because if you mention, based on what you mentioned, where that young person came from, it is actually well established that those sort of communities has created or continue to breed those sort of criminal elements in society. So that is one of the things that I think of where government can actually come in.
Yeah. Some of the chat coming in, someone used to put on glasses to this guy says Clark Kent, and people didn't recognize him. So maybe that the Robert thing that he could he think about it the same way. Raul Titus is saying, well, you know that Clark Kent, when he put on his glasses, people could not have recognized him. So the criminal obviously felt like, leave on the same clothes now. Hey, don't buy don't change your clothes on the time. Put on our glasses. They ain't go see me. How they go recognize me with our glasses on? Can't be me.
Raul has opened up something that I've always thought growing up as a kid. How could you not recognize this as Clark Kent by just him changing from my glasses? I could have never figured it out growing up as a kid. You know, if our glasses could have changed your identity that much. Hollywood, man, Hollywood.
And already, I've seen people on social media politicizing this and saying, well,
that is,
in this administration is happening, but this and it wasn't supposed to happen because we have a new administration that pledged or preached so many things, and people already started to politicize it. Do you think that it should be a political football? Because people already started kicking down the road already, yeah? Right? I think Joel.
Of course not. I mean, most of these issues that are happening, it didn't start after June 23rd. I mean, some of those issues have actually been very evident in our societies over the years. And while over the years, we believe that more could have done, I think the new administration will basically need to look at programs specifically targeting those young people. And I think they are quite aware of what needs to be done. But I believe in coming months or maybe in the early next year, we will see more youth development programs, not just targeting the youth parliamentarian, those outstanding young people in our society, but programs specifically getting them into those rural communities and those youth at risk communities and really providing those sort of grassroots support and empowering those young people. I mean, if this guy had a job, I don't think he would have left his job to come to town to rob. It's clear that he's unemployed.
Right.
So we really need to find ways to truly empower those young people, both economically, socially, and those sort of programs I think can actually go up our way in helping those misguided young people.
Yeah, you made a very valid point. If he had a job, if he had something good to do today, probably would have never been on the street. If you have a girlfriend, like, and I heard, and well, not I heard, I know, because again, we know who the individual is. The young man have a child on the way. That is neither here nor there. So if you're watching right now, he should know that we know exactly who he is. So he has a little life going on for him, um, and we begging and asking the individual to don't get himself into additional problems. Just go right now and give himself up to police, because they know who you are, they know where you are, and they're on hot pursuit. And to the political question, Gary, people already started to kick this around. Do you think that it should be a conversation, a situation where we're talking about this politics and crime and trying to use that for political gains?
Yeah, well, it's sad, and it's expected. We're
Yeah.
talking about a government who's been in power just over 100 days. It's kind of ridiculous to pin that on the government. You know what I mean? I'm not pro government. I'm not anti government. I'm just a realist in that regard. All
Right.
right, but it's kind of unfair. I mean, this is our ninth homicide of the year. All right. If you look back, according to statistics that I'm looking at right about now, in 2019, well, let's go to 2018. In 2018, Grenada recorded, and we're looking at a rate taken from per 100,000 inhabitants. All right, so we're looking at, in 2018, Grenada had 10.77 in terms of the murder rate, right, homicide rate. Go up to 2019, 14.29. So we saw it skyrocketed in 2019. In 2020, we're looking at 12.44 murder rate. All right, and so far 2022, this is where we at. We're looking at no our ninth murder for the year. Now, if you put that in context to the rest of the islands, I mean, St. Vincent and St. Lucia, they are way ahead of us. All right. And again, I'm not saying this to say that we shouldn't just sit on our laurels and not do anything. I'm not saying that we should not be alarmed. I'm not saying that we shouldn't, sit back and look at ways in which we can minimize that. You know what I mean? We cannot stop these things from happening, but we can look at ways in which we can minimize it from happening. All right. Joel mentioned about creating grassroots programs that can tackle these issues. And yes, those things will definitely help. Okay. But that does not change the fact there are some elements within every community here in Grenada that are they cannot be rehabilitated, and that's a sad truth. They cannot be rehabilitated. They would rather live a life of crime than to sit down and make that honest dollar. There
Hmm.
are those that can be intervened, that you could have a come to Jesus moment with those individuals and possibly turn them around. But there are others, it's it just can't happen. Can't
Yeah.
happen. But I'm all about grassroots programs. I'm all about government getting into the community and doing what is needed. Setting up little bodies, little groups here that can talk to the seemingly misguided individuals in the community. Wherever you see little criminal elements or perceived criminal elements, let's get these kids, let's get these youth together. You cannot save everyone, but let's get them together and have a conversation. What is the problem here? Guys, talk to us. What is the real problem? You can't find work? Okay. Tell us what. Okay. Things stressful. Your wife giving you a problem home. Okay, fine, whatever. Your boss man is stressing you out on the job. You're not making enough. What is the problem? Let's talk about it.
Hmm. Hmm. So true, so true, so true. Joel, we got to close up. We have 4 more minutes to wrap. We have actually 2 more minutes before we wrap up. Closing words, Joel.
Well, I just want to encourage young people out there. As tough as things are for you right now, crime is not the way out. For me as a young person, I came from very humble beginnings, very tough beginnings. And I believe if you really want a way out, if you really want to make something of your life, and you decide to work hard, and you decide to really reach out for help, if you continue to knock on those doors, the doors are going to open. Resorting to a life of crime, winding up in prison, giving most of your years to just nothing, would never really help your family, would never really help you in the long run. So you can make it out. Crime is not a way. Just be positive, have a good head on your shoulder, and great things will come your way.
Nice, 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 nice. Thank you so much, Joel. Gary, you got last word?
Yeah, growing up, I like Joel. I came from very humble beginnings myself, and as I look at growing up, if had it not been for one, two, or three individuals who reached out to me, who had an encouraging word I'm not too sure where I would have been today. All right. So that makes a huge difference. So for all the young folks out there, for all the people out there who think there is no way out, reach out to someone. All right. Talk to someone. All right. And like Joel uttered there, there's always a way. If I could rise from the ashes like I have, and many other people have, you can too. You just got to be able to think positive and move beyond the situation where you're at right about now, because there is a silver lining out there.
Yeah, perfectly said, guys. Thank you so much for the conversation. Let me get some of you guys on record. Joel Greenidge and Gary Mr. Smooth. Thank you, guys. We'll keep in touch. All right. All right, guys, let's get some of your voices on record on your thoughts on what's happening here. We've seen your comments, obviously, after you reacted to the viral video of this young man that walked into this MoneyGram, broad daylight, right? And someone requested, took, stole at gunpoint. Well, we didn't see a gun, but they're reporting that the young man did have a gun, and he was handed over thousands of dollars. It's all caught on camera. How could this happen? Where is the parents in all of this? Where is the security guard in all of this? What's really happening? Get your voice on record, 718-701-5720. Let's get some of your voices on record. Excuse me, right now, 718-701-5720. I want you guys to call in and tell me what you guys thinking, what you saw, what you hearing, all right? And before, I want to say this again. I want to reiterate on that note. To the young man, if you are not yet picked up by police and you're somewhere and you're still watching this program, we urge you to give yourself up. The police already know who you are. They are probably, minutes away from you. You could stay in that spot, or you could just go down to the Grenville police station and give yourself up. But they will find you, and they'll find you tonight. And let that be an example, guys, to a lot of people who feel like crime is the way. Crime is not the answer. Crime is not the answer. You 99.99999% of the times you won't get away. So somebody will catch you. With all these cameras all over the place, you will get caught, right? And jail do nice. As much as people might tell you that it's a pretty scene up there, jail do nice. Take away all your freedom. Yeah, all your freedom taken away. All right? So for the young people. Again, guys, 718-701-5720. That's 718-701-5720. Jump in, guys. Give us a call. Let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you're feeling. Let us know your instant reaction to what you saw today in that viral video. And also, let me tell you guys, while we wait on some of you guys to call, I have to update you guys on our trip to Dubai. Let me divert a little bit while we wait on the call. We are going to be in Dubai. We're taking a group of 100. We upgraded it from 50 to 100. A group of 100 fan supporters, people from around the world who want to experience Dubai 2023. October, we will be taking a group of 100 people to Dubai. If you want to go, guys, you have to get on our VIP mailing list. Get on our VIP mailing list. We will be there disseminating all the information out on our VIP mailing list. As soon as it's time for you to book, we encourage you to click on that link, go right ahead and book. As it stands right now, we have 256 of our fans that has added themselves to the list. However, we could only do 100, but it's first come, first serve. All right, first come, first serve. As soon as that booking information is made available, you guys go ahead and book. Price, time, date, and information will be posted, so you guys could go ahead and do that as soon as it is posted. But in the meantime, if you want updated information, you got to get on our VIP mailing list, okay? All the information is on the Ride Along page. Click that link and jump on that list. Also, guys, on the 23rd of December, we are having our bingo, $6,000 bingo, a Ride Along $6,000 bingo, and everybody could play. It's you could play from any part of the world. It's a virtual bingo. Everybody could participate in our virtual bingo. $6,000 US, guys. $6,000 US. And you can get your ticket tonight. Get your ticket tonight at ridebuy.com. Now, they are limited tickets. We are selling limited tickets. So when those tickets are done, it's done. It don't have any more. It gone. It finished. You can get your tickets right now, $25. You get one ticket for $25. Or if you want a combo package, you could get 5 tickets for $100 US. But guys, you have an opportunity, a chance to win $6,000. Yeah, that's $6,000. Get your ticket tonight at ridebuy.com. That's RYDEBUY.com. That's RYDEBUY.com. As soon as you click off from the program, click on the link and go purchase your tickets tonight. Let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Don't move.
Williams Funeral Service serve you with dignity and compassion as you mourn. Every day, we embark on the journey of life, and one day, the journey will end. It's on that day that you can entrust the celebration of life of your loved ones to David Williams Funeral Service. Call 718-291-3823.
Yeah, guys, so that's our Dubai trip right along with us to Dubai 2023. All right, gonna see you guys there. It'll be real fun. Whole set of activities and a whole lot more. All right. Hey, Val, go and get your ticket. You have your ticket sitting in your cart. You have it sitting in your cart. Watch you have to watch people play. And you could just be watching people win money. Yeah? 4 games. First game, $500 US. Second game, $500 US. Third game, $1,000. And the jackpot is $4,000. Boy, imagine winning $4,000. What if I could buy a ticket? Nah, I can't buy a ticket because I'm going to be hosting the game. But $4,000. Very, very nice. Very nice Christmas. Yeah, could do a lot with $4,000 right now. Yeah, can't you? Yeah, I could do a lot with $4,000 right now, Chad. Yeah, all right. Anyway, guys, get your tickets tonight. Go to ridebuy.com. That's ridebuy.com and pick up your tickets right now. Get another ad? I will be right back.
Grenadian products are now only a mouse click away at GrenadaMarket.com. Nutmeg and guava jams, jellies and syrups, world famous nutmeg pain relief spray, black sage, soursop, lemongrass, and guabande bar. Ordering is simple and friendly. All major credit cards accepted. Safe, secure shopping guaranteed. GrenadaMarket.com ships your product anywhere in the world. So when you can't go to the island, the products off the island can be sent to you. Just log on to www.grenadamarket.com and experience our quick delivery and homely service.
All right, so somebody just messaged me and they wanted to know, they said that they was having problems buying the ticket. So I want to show you guys how easy it is, guys. Very, very simple, very, very easy. You go into RideBuy just like this. You go ridebuy.com. And you just scroll down. This is live right now. So you click on Booyah on the ticket, and just like that, you just put your cart. Where you go? Hold on. Where you go? Buy, order, put your credit card information in, your name and information, proceed to pay, and you're done. That's how easy it is to use RideBuy. And in minutes, guys, you get your bingo ticket. Very, very easy. Very, very easy to play. Catch you guys again tomorrow on behalf of all of our team here at Ride Along. For our senior executive producer, Lois JJ, thank you so much. Our moderators, Kibbs, how you doing? Gail Charles, and of course, Deanne Fraser. And all of our supporters, fans, everyone who shared, and conversated with us. We say thank you so much. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Good night.